All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another live stream again on Woo English. As always, my name is Hamza and I will be your host on another live stream. So today is Friday. I'm super tired right now. I think that's very clear. But today, I really wanted to meet with you like in our usual time. So today we are meeting for another live stream. And our live stream today will be the second part of what we started last time. So I'm going to share with you my screen right now. And the last time we talked about the story of America. So we said, or we started the story of America from prehistory. Ahsanul is here. Ahsanul, hello. So welcome, guys, to the live stream. I know I don't sound as energetic as I am like usually, but I have had so much work like the last couple of days that I'm really tired right now. But just bear with me for today. All right. So as I was saying today, we will be looking at the story of America. So we will be looking at the second part of the story of America, and I think I will start right away. So I'm gonna just like jump right into the first question. Well, the first question actually is like a very first like warm up that we will I want to know about. So as we did with the first part today, we're going to see a quiz, right? After that, we will see some vocabulary. First reading, we'll read or we'll listen for the first time. We will have a second reading, right? After that, after like asking some questions, and finally, we will have vocabulary and the last discussion in the end. I'm doing great, Hassanal. Thank you for asking, but I'm really tired. I haven't slept well for the last couple of days, and I have had so much work. So yeah, can you guys let me know if the audio, the video are clear? All right. So as I was saying, this is like the layout, and I want to ask you like the first question: what was the best thing that happened to you this week? So this is the first question that we are going to start with today. So for confirming, thank you. All right. So since this is the end of the week, Amin is here as well. Amin, hello. I don't think you guys have ever seen me like this tired, but I'm really tired right now. I had the chance to sleep 9 hours. Well, the last couple of days I haven't slept more than 4 hours, and it really caught up with me. Umima is here as well. Umima, hello. Umima, this is the afternoon where you are. Because where I am in Casablanca, Morocco, this is the night. By the way, I'm not in my usual setting. I'm in a hotel. I'm in a different city. I'm traveling for some work, and yeah, it's really tiring right now. Yeah. So since this is the end of the week, the question is, what was the best thing that happened to you or that you saw this week? So this week, since we are in the end of the week, tomorrow is the beginning of the weekend. Tomorrow is the weekend. So my question for you is, what is the best thing that happened to you? I mean, also has traveled today. I know how to feel the sleep for exactly like 4 hours. I'm absolutely like dead right now. I'm gonna go sleep right after this live stream. Uh, Jen the man, I'm so sorry. I can't match your energy today, unfortunately, because as I said, I was saying before, I'm quite tired today. I'm quite tired. But still, I think you guys need to help me to wake up a little bit. So please, I hope you will engage. And yeah, since I'm very tired, I forgot to tell you to like this video. So if you can like this video, I will be very like thankful. Yeah, Pamela is here. Great. Same here, Fisher. Same here, man. Same here. I'm dead at this point. So I just wanna like tell people who are watching us. So today we are going to have part two of our live stream that we started last week, where we talked about the history of America. All right, so let me just like pull out the video so that we can watch it later. Yeah, so last time the history of America, and we answered some questions. I will remind you of some of the stuff. You need just a cup of coffee. Absolutely not at this time. Absolutely not, because it is night right now. I really want to sleep. And also, I had so much coffee today. I had so much caffeine. I think I'm gonna like unalive myself if I drink anymore. I'm already in bed. I envy you, my man. I envy you. You make the class a little short. It's fine. It's fine. I'm like I'm here just like interacting with you guys. But you guys need to tell me because I haven't seen, well, since I am tired right now, you guys should take the lead. So, how are you going to take the lead? By answering the question. So, the question very simply is what was the best thing? Since this is the end of the week, what was the best thing that you saw? Or what is the best thing that happened to you this week? And I'm waiting for your answers. Uh, I really, really want to hear your answers. By the way, please let me know at any point if everything is good with the internet so that I can switch it if things are not okay. Because we are listening to a video and videos like take a lot of like internet. So let's see if everything is audible, if the image is good. I just need to pull out the video, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm waiting for your answers. All right, but all right, Mr. Jen. No, 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 no coffee for me, man. No coffee for me. To my old city, Fez. All right, so you are from Fez. I see. Perfect. Thank you so much, Ahsanul, for confirming. All right. Oh my god. Like lack of sleep should be a crime, right? Even if I'm guilty of it, it should be because it's like you're torturing. Um, all right. I haven't seen any. All right, right, right. Jen said I met. All right. This is what you said. I hope your wife is watching this, Jen. So today, if you remember last time, we talked about the very beginning of America, how America started, and today we are going to see part two. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. I'm dead right now. Okay. I think you guys have no. All right. Okay. All right, Mr. Jen, adding some more information. All right, quick quiz right now. The quiz is let's test your memory. So, order the following events from chapter number one. Actually, it was chapter number two because last time we watched chapter number two. So, order these events from chapter number two. So, a lot of people arrived to America, okay, throughout history, and I'm gonna tell it to you right now. Christopher Columbus was not the first person to arrive to America, okay? It was a lot of people who arrived to America. So the first question is the Vikings arrived in North America. So I want you to order them. So you are going to tell me, for example, B, C, who is the first one, the second one, the third one. The Vikings arrived in North America. The first people in North America were American Indians from Asia. English, French, and Dutch settlers arrived to America. Spanish settlers began arriving in North America. Christopher Columbus reached the Caribbean. So, which one happened first? Which one happened second? All right, Mr. Jen. False. There is no false, no true right here, Mr. Jen. So, where is number one? I mean, what is your answer? No, no, guys, wait. All of these are true. All of these are true. There is no true or false here. I want you to order them, okay? I think you guys are more sleepy than me. I think you guys are absolutely need more sleep than I do. And I haven't slept for like 2 days right now. Guys, are you playing with me right now? Can you read the question? The question says, order the following events. All the events are true, and you need to order them. Okay, there is no true or false here. So I think you guys also need some sleep. Let me just adjust my computer. And all right. Number one is A. The Vikings arrived. All right. So for Omima, number one is A. Omima, you can write all the letters, so you can write them in the order that you think is correct. The Vikings arrived to America. All right. I mean did it well. I'm worn out. Same here. Same here. Same energy, Pamela. So Amin says it's B, meaning let me just check them very quickly. So Amin says it's B, meaning the first people arrived in North America. A, the Vikings. E, which is, so let me check for E. E is Christopher Columbus. Um, D, which is the Spanish settlers began arriving in North America. C, English, French, and Dutch settlers arrived. Let's see Arsenal. Arsenal is not agreeing with Amin. So the Vikings. After that, it was Christopher Columbus. After that, it was C, which is the English and Dutch. After that, it was the Spanish. After that, it was the first people. All right, all right. Shall we check for the right answer? So let's do that. Let's do that. And by the way, for that first part, I'm gonna like allow you to take a screenshot because I think this is very very important, like for you to know the history of the United States, if you are interested, of course. So you can take a screenshot, but let me go ahead and explain to you what happened in America. The first people in North America were Amerindians or American Indians from Asia, and this is the first thing that arrived, or this is the first thing that happened. So the first people who came to America were coming from Russia, actually. So they came from Asia. They weren't like, they didn't just appear there. After that, the Vikings arrived in North America around 1000 AD. So that was uh, the second event, or the second wave of people to arrive. Remember last time we talked about waves of people, meaning groups of people who arrived to the United States. Wave, right? Wave of people. After that, Christopher Columbus reached the Caribbean in 1492. And what's the problem here? Because a lot of people think that Christopher Columbus discovered America, while actually America had people living in it for tens of thousands of years before Christopher Columbus was even born. So it wasn't really agents found in America out of nowhere. No, no, they came from, well, basically, as you know, what happened is that they came from Africa, and then they went to Europe and Asia, and from Asia they crossed to America. Let me see you. Let me show you. Um, so let me show you how that happened in the beginning of time. I mean, is laughing. All right. I'm sorry that you are not seeing like the usual uh, uh, energy that I have, but I'm absolutely dead right now, man. I'm absolutely dead. Um, they went to the other side of the map exactly. I'm gonna show you how that happened. All right, this is how it happened. This is how it happened. I have for you two maps that I'm gonna show you. Amin got it right. It was from like the other side of the map, if we can like imagine that. Okay. So let me show you two pictures. So, United States. Here, like there was a bridge between America and between Russia and America because of the ice, right? Ice sheet. Let me show you another picture. Maybe this is Russia, and this is America. So the first arrival is very, very early in time. All right. So it like the Europeans were not the first people to come to Europe, and here we are talking 12,000 years ago. 12,000 years ago. So it was very, very old. They went to the other side of. All right. Oh my god, I'm so tired right now. Okay. You can see that I'm not even thinking right. Okay, so this is I'm gonna go to the second chapter. So today we are going to listen to the second chapter. So let me just remind you of what happened as I was saying. So America was empty, and then people started coming from Asia through Russia. So they come to Russia and then they cross to America because America and Russia are very close on the other side of the planet. The Viking 1000 after the birth of Christ. And then in 1492, Christopher Columbus just woke up, then was born, like thousands of years late, and said that he discovered America, while he didn't. Actually, America was discovered like tens of thousands of years before he was even born. Spanish settlers began arriving in North America in the 1900s because after Christopher Columbus like discovered it or told them about it, like they started going there. And in the early 1600s, English, French, on board of a ship that they call the Mayflower. So the Mayflower is a very important ship in the history of the United States. Now we are going to see after a lot of time. So America was controlled by Britain, and this is the next chapter that we are going to see when the Americans started fighting for their independence from the British. So we are going to see what happened there. But let me see what you already know about that. Who fought in the American War of Independence? So when the Americans were fighting for their independence, the French and the British. So who was fighting? The French and the British, the Americans and the British, or the Americans and the Spanish? Who was fighting in the American War of Independence? Biko, hey, what does this plus 99999 mean? Like, are you guys sending me some energy? I really need that. I absolutely need that. B, right? Okay, absolutely. Let's spend a lot of time here. So yes, absolutely, it is B. It was the Americans who were fighting the British who controlled America, so they wanted their independence. What year did the Boston Tea Party? We'll see what that means. The Boston Tea Party take place. I mean, when did it happen? Is it 1773, 1765, or 1783? When did it take place? Omema says B for number one. I'm in my room, in a hotel, right, where I'm working. So I'm sorry if you are not seeing me in my usual setting, but I'm just traveling, so bear with me. Very tired. Yeah, life is tough. Adult life is very tough, to be honest. 99 means that's how low is your Wi-Fi. 99 is the worst level, while below 70 is the best. Okay, so does that mean that Wi-Fi is bad? Is the Wi-Fi bad? Shall I change? Please let me know. Is the screen clear? Is everything clear here? Or do we need to change? Like, do I need to change my internet? Let me know, please. I mean, is like the video clear? Is the live clear, or does it cut, or what happened? All right, all right, it's A. But let me see first what's going on with the internet. The internet is bad. It's slow. Shall I change it though? All right, so I'm gonna change it. Okay, so let me just change my internet real quick, and I will be back. The contact is bad. Okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna change it. I hope it's better now. I hope it's better now because I changed it. No agent spawned in the wrong. Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's a game thing. All right, okay, all right, all right, all right. Sorry, I'm so old. I'm so old. I'm sorry. All right. Okay. So, who became the leader of the American army? Was it Thomas Jefferson? Was it George Washington? Or was it John Adams? Who was the leader? You had me change my internet for nothing. Thank you. You guys got me real good. So, who led the Americans against the British? Was it Thomas Jefferson? Was it George Washington? Or was it John Adams? George Washington for SNL. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm not as energetic as you are used to me, but I'm very tired. I had a very like rough couple of days. B, B or C? Umimis think C. What do you mean you're old? It's only a game. All right. No, no. I mean the fact that I don't understand the game references. It's been a while since I last gamed, man. So that's what I mean. Like when you are an adult, you don't have time to game, and that's what I mean by I'm getting old. It is actually George Washington. By the way, these are just preparations for what we have today. So we are just like preparing ourselves for the pieces of information. This is, I think, the last question. Oh no, there are a couple of. When was the Declaration of Independence signed? 1781, 1775, or 1776? Again, you can guess if you don't know. But yes, we understood. Better not to. And it's not better not to. I mean, we are on holidays. On holidays, I'm working. But again, like I'm having like a kind of workshop where I teach people how to paint, so I'm having some fun during the day. But it's just like it's a lot of work. All right. Anyone? Or shall I just move on? I'll move on. Right, so it was 1776. This is what we discovered during that. Which holiday is celebrated on the 4th of July? Thanksgiving, the Independence Day, or Labor Day? Labor Day is the celebration where people celebrate work and work in life. And so, which date is celebrated on the 4th of July? See, Thanksgiving Day. No, no, no. Actually, since we are talking about independence, it's of course the Independence Day. It's Independence Day. All right, let's learn some vocabulary because before we go into uh, because we will see this vocabulary during the listening that we are going to do. So, colony, independence, conqueror, declaration, governor. So, freedom, settlement, defeat, restatement, and ruler. Well, I think they are almost think, except for a couple of ones, I think they are the same. Uh, okay, let me just do this. All right, I think this one is quite clear. I think so. A is B, 2 is A, but 3 is C, 4 is D, 4 is A. So a colony is a set. It's a place governed by another country. For example, India was a British colony as well, much like America. So it was governed by the British. Independence is freedom from colony, from conquest. To conquer is to defeat an army and to control them. Declaration is a statement, so it's like an official document that states something. And finally, governor is a ruler. I'm sorry, I'm going quite fast during this, but I'm just like I'm first reading. So listen carefully. Questions will follow. Of course, don't hesitate about words you don't understand. But rule number three is: can you please like this video? I'm really sorry if I'm not as energetic as you guys are used to, but yeah, it was a really long day today. All right. So first listening, let's go and listen to the first for the text for the first time. So let's do this. Maybe I will nap a little bit while you guys are listening for the video.
More and more British people came to live on the east coast of North America in the 17th century, starting colonies in Maryland, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, North and South Carolina, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Georgia followed in the 18th century, when the British also took New York and Delaware from the Dutch. By 1770, there were 13 colonies along the east coast of North America, and they were all governed by Britain. But Britain was a long way away, and the people of the colonies became angry at the high taxes that the government made them pay. In December 1773, a group of men threw 342 boxes of tea into the sea at Boston because they did not want to pay the British tax on it. This was the Boston Tea Party. The British government was now angry too, and in
I mean, is the text not clear? It stopped the text, meaning the screen. Okay, all right. Or let me go back a little bit then. Let me go back a little. All right, let me go back. And let me know, please, if the problem persists, let me know.
East coast of North America, and they were all governed by Britain. But Britain was a long way away, and the people of the colonies became angry at the high taxes that the government made them pay. In December 1773, a group of men threw 342 boxes of tea into the sea at Boston because they did not want to pay the British tax on it. This was the Boston Tea Party. The British government was now angry. In 1775, some Americans fought a group of British soldiers at the towns of Lexington and Concord, near Boston in Massachusetts. More and more Americans arrived until the British soldiers had to move back to Boston. A few months later, after the Battle of Bunker Hill near Boston, it was clear that Britain was at war with its American colonies.
Shall I go back? Shall I go back now that it's good? Shall I go back? Let me know. Do you want me to go back? It's okay now. All right. Do you guys want me to go back so that you can follow from the very beginning? So maybe let me go back because I don't want you guys to miss anything, right? Okay. So let's go back a little bit, because these are very important events. So let's start from here.
Colonies along the east coast of North America, and they were all governed by Britain. But Britain was a long way away, and the people of the colonies became angry at the high taxes that the government made them pay. In December 1773, a group of men threw 342 boxes of tea into the sea at Boston because they did not want to pay the British tax on it. This was the Boston Tea Party. The British government was now angry too, and in April 1775, some Americans fought a group of British soldiers at the towns of Lexington and Concord, near Boston in Massachusetts. More and more Americans arrived until the British soldiers had to move back to Boston. A few months later, after the Battle of Bunker Hill near Boston, it was clear that Britain was at war with its American colonies. A rich farmer from Virginia, George Washington, became the chief of the American army. People tell a story about Washington to show that he was an honest man. They say that when he was a boy, he cut down a tree, and this made his father angry. But when his father asked him about it, he told him, "I cannot tell a lie. I cut down the tree." The colonies did not say that they wanted to be fully independent until the summer of 1776. A man called Thomas Jefferson wrote the famous Declaration of Independence, where he said that the king, George III, was not a good king because he had not let his people have their rights: the right to life, to freedom, and to happiness. The day of the Declaration of Independence, the 4th of July, is another important American holiday. The Americans finally won the war in October 1781, and 2 years after that, they were free to govern themselves. In 1789, they made George Washington their first president. Although he wanted to go back to his farm at Mount Vernon and enjoy a quiet life, he stayed president until 1797. He died in 1799, just 2 years after he returned home. The names United States of America and American were first used at the time of the War of Independence. The 13 colonies became the first 13 states of the United States. In 1803, after Jefferson became the third president, he bought a large area of land in the Midwest from France. It was 5 times as big as France, and it only cost $15 million. Jefferson then sent 2 brave men, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, to travel across America all the way to the Pacific. With a young Native American woman called Sacagawea to help them, the 2 men traveled 13,000 kilometers between 1804 and 1806. They found many animals, plants, and fish that were new to Europeans, and they made maps of the rivers, mountains, and land that they crossed. In 1819, the USA bought Florida from Spain. The United States was now twice as big as it had been in 1781. And by 1848, after it won Texas and the Southwest from Mexico, it had grown again. It now reached all the way from the Atlantic to the Pacific, over 5,000 kilometers. Finally, the American government bought the land northwest of Canada from Russia in 1867 for $7.2 million, and it became the state of Alaska in 1959. The American flag, known as the Stars and Stripes, first appeared at the time of the War of Independence. It has a stripe for each of the first 13 states, and a star was added every time a new state joined. So there are now 50 stars. The last star was added when the beautiful islands of Hawaii in the Pacific 4,000 kilometers west of California, became the 50th state of the USA in 1959. Chapter 4.
All right, we are not listening to chapter 4. Always during our sessions, we only listen to one chapter, and then we try to answer questions. So let's go. And I'm gonna just type this. I'm gonna remind you to like the video, please, because that really helps. If you like, if you were following. So true or false? There were 10 British colonies in America by 1770, or were there more, or were there less? So which one is the right answer? Yes or true or false? You can just write for me. If you are as sleepy as I am right now, you can just simply type T or T or T or F. I wish I had the same level of dedication, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really enjoy my live streams. It's just that I'm really tired. I mean, how much were there? True, but Amin says it's false. So how much were there if it's false? 10 colonies. Yeah, Ahsanul, thank you so much for your compliment. It's just that I'm quite tired, but it doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying my live stream, my time here on live stream. I really enjoy it. I just can't show it because I don't have energy to show it right now. Otherwise, they would have been smiling, man. 8. So it's not true after all. Well, let's see. Let's see what is the answer. Well, the answer is false. And by 1770, there were 13 colonies. And by colonies, we mean 13 states that were. The Boston Tea Party took place because the Americans didn't want to pay British taxes. Boston Tea Party? What? They didn't want to pay taxes, so they had a party. I don't remember hearing that sentence. The first thing I remember is 17. All right. True. Number 2, Amin says it's true. All right. All right, let's check if this answer is correct. Absolutely, it's absolutely true. Yeah. So a group of men threw 342 boxes of tea into the sea at Boston because they didn't want to pay British taxes. So the British tried or started controlling America, and when they were controlling America, they started like forcing them to pay taxes, and this is what happened. Basically, like a lot of men came and they took the British tea because Britain was very known for its tea, and instead of paying taxes, they said, "All right, goodbye, Britain," and they started throwing the tea into the water. That the water became red, and that's why it was called the Boston Tea Party. Okay, that's why it's called like that. Let's see next one. Washington was not involved in the War of Independence. Washington was not involved in the War of Independence. I hope it's clear the screen, by the way. I hope it's clear for you. They wanted to make the whole ocean tea, yeah. Just because they want to pay taxes, basically. Which is right, to be honest. Which is right because why was Britain controlling America and making people false and making people like pay for taxes so that they can live a lavish life? I think I need sleep. Yeah, it's false. Washington became the chief of the American army. Actually, he wasn't just involved in the army; he was leading the army. Actually, exactly, and exactly. Exactly. He is the reason why America is independent. And that's the reason, since he was involved in the American, he was leading the independence of the Americans, That's why the capital of America is called Washington D.C. right now. So because he was very like important in that war. Next one, the Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson. Is that true? Is that false? Declaration of Independence, basically, it's a document that says that America should be independent from and not controlled by other countries. But unfortunately, the Americans have forgotten that, like, and they started like controlling other countries. Unfortunately, yeah. So how ironic is that? True. All right, let's check. Let's check. Yeah, it's absolutely true. So a man called Thomas Jefferson wrote a famous declaration called Declaration of the American colonies immediately declared their independence as the start of the war. So all the colonies, the 13th of them, were all independent after the independence of the war, or after the declaration of war. Is that true? Is that false? So when the war started between the Americans and the British, so that the Americans will have their independence, all like false. All right. So what happened? Can you justify for us why did you say it's false? Amin says they started getting colonies in the West. And also, like a lot of colonies only joined the United States later on. Colonies did not say that they wanted to leave. All right. Until 17. So it's true, actually. All right. I'm going to jump, to be honest. I'm going to jump. Who became the leader of the American army? So I'm going to jump to this question. Sorry, we're not going to do two readings today, as we usually do. So who became the leader of the American army? I think because we have already like listened to this part, and I think the chapter was quite easy. Again, I'm sorry, I'm quite tired today. I really apologize. Who became the leader of the American army during the War of Independence, during the Independence War with Britain? George Washington. Okay, let us check that. Absolutely. The one and only. The one and only. Why did the British impose high taxes on the colonies? Impose means they forced them to pay high. Very good, Ahsanul, absolutely. Why did the British impose high taxes on the colonies? Was there a reason? They wanted more money, basically. All right, let's check high taxes because why did the British impose? Well, the question should be why did Americans wanted like independence from the British? Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? They wanted more money, basically. That was like the right answer, to be honest, to the previous question. Yeah. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? I see more people joining. Nice. But sorry, we are seeing a mess of the teacher I once was right now. Or just seeing like the leftover of the teacher I once was. Thomas Jefferson for sure. All right. When did the USA buy land from France, and what was it? Uh, Quite difficult. Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. What was his full name? So, when did the USA buy land from France, and what was it called? So some lands in the United States were like fought for. People fought for them and they gained their independence, but others they simply bought them. All right. It was called Jefferson bought a large area of the land in the Midwest from France. So it was in the Midwest. Um, all right. Finally, I think I'm gonna finish with this one. Okay, so I have for you four sentences. Texas, didn't they bought it from Spain? No, they bought land from Spain, from Canada, from Mexico, and from France. They bought a lot of land from other countries, basically. So this will be the last question, actually. So I'm so sorry for today. I think it wasn't as energetic as I'm used to, but I'm quite tired. So governed colonies, war, rights, independence. By 1770, all colonies were governed. Colonies governed. The colonists fought for their. I mean, step number two is independence. I'm gonna give maybe a little time for others if they want to join answering this question, and then we are gonna wrap it up right here. All right. So independence, the Declaration of Independence argued that people had natural rights, and finally, it's clear that the British had their colonies war. All right. I think that will be it for today. Again, I'm sorry for like the lack of energy for today, but I just wanted to check on you and see if you guys are doing great. I'm quite tired today. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next week. Maybe next week I will have more in